You know, in some circumstances, the very first original characters we make could be the ones we stick with for the rest of our lives. Sure, you might end up changing their design, backstory, or personality over time, but you'll always see them as that very first character you ever made. In other cases, the first original character you make might be something you made once when you were very young and never really came back to. For me, the latter scenario is definitely the case. But I mean, if we're being honest, nobody's first character is going to be perfect right away. Unless, I don't know, maybe you made your first OC when you were much older and have a great understanding of character writing beforehand, which is entirely possible, but my point is, I think it's completely fair to say that most people aren't going to make Walter White on their first try, and typically tend to design their first characters when they're very young and inexperienced. In most cases, this will usually be an original character based on an already existing IP, for example, a My Little Pony or Sonic character. So I guess the question now is, what exactly did 14-year-old CK come up with for a first crack at designing a character? Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the embodiment of pure concentrated cringe that is Solar the Hedgehog. Oh, and check this out. I even wrote a little biography for him. How cute. Solar the Hedgehog, created by the stars to be the ultimate creature and to bring justice to worlds beyond his own. Wait a minute, why is that all one sentence? That doesn't make any sense. He possesses the power of the stars, enough to even destroy galaxies, but other than that, Solar is a... Solar is a kind person who would stop even on a life-threatening mission to accomplish another in a matter of 15 seconds. Wow, that's specific. I suppose now is a good time to mention that I do in fact have mild autism, which would explain a lot here. Solar has awesome hair head style. Wait, what? awesome hair head style. What? Wing blades, which allows him flight, and grip. Grip on his shoes. Not to mention the claws on his feet. Okay, not sure why that's in brackets, but okay. Solar why is there a H in wood? I mean, it's good that I crossed it out. There is no H in wood, but Jesus, the grammar here is just awful. Solar would also team up with Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and the others. Oh yeah, just those other guys, you know. So he teams up with Sonic and the others to fight for good. When he uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds, the ultimate power is unleashed? Oh yeah, because this character wasn't powerful enough. You give him the Chaos Emeralds and, I don't know, he can stop time or something? Oh my lord.
That's too much, man!
Alrighty then, so, some of you might already know this, but what we have here is a textbook definition of a Mary Sue, or in this case, a Gary Stu, since he's a guy. Most first OCs tend to go down this path. It basically means, my character is the most powerful being, and they are the best at everything because they're cool, and everybody likes them. Which isn't seen as good character writing, because that's ideally where you'd want your character to be at the end of their arc, not at the beginning. This is actually why a lot of Mary Sues could easily be the antagonists of the story, because of their overwhelming power. Oh, hey, how did this picture of Ray get in here? But anyway, as funny and cringe as Solar the Hedgehog is, you want to know what's strange about this? I drew this character only 2 times and never went back to it. I didn't really share my drawing with anyone else aside from maybe 2 people, and I certainly never fantasized about being him while daydreaming in class. Because not too long after making this masterpiece of a character design, I started playing a certain Sonic game that took all my attention away from Solar and put it all onto another character. A character with a lot more, I guess you could say, edge to them. And I'm guessing by now you already know who I'm talking about.
Major edge.
Yep, good old Shadow the Hedgehog became my spirit animal for the next 1.5 years. Until I eventually discovered Spyro, and that's when dragons became my lifestyle. And that's sadly where Solar's story comes to an end. Just another random character design with a vague backstory doomed to be left on the sidelines in OC Purgatory. Which is actually quite similar to how my next OC, Wicked Meadow, started and ended, but we'll discuss her another time. I apologise if I offended any of you for pulling a Force Awakens.
A good question. For another time.
You wanna play a little game?
If there's anything you should take away from this video, is that you should never be afraid to give your characters flaws. And I mean like actual flaws, not like they have a strong distaste for loud punk music, or something like that. Because the biggest problem with Solar the Hedgehog is he's perfect. You can't write for a character that's perfect if there's nothing for them to achieve, no wrong that needs correcting. Nobody and no character in this regard should be perfect. Even if a character goes on a life-changing journey and learns a lot, they're still gonna have some flaws by the end of it, because we're always changing and learning new things about ourselves and other people, which is just how the real world operates. We grow, we learn, we change, and we strive to become better people, to get as close to perfection as much as possible. I mean, hey, when Luke Skywalker destroys the first Death Star, he doesn't automatically become a Jedi Master, you know? Anyways, I'm Cicada the Dragon, and thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos, it's greatly appreciated. Goodbye! Hey, Solar the Hedgehog might be bad, but it's not as bad as Velma!